Hello, welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Brooke-Sidney. I'm a manifestation and mindset coach, and I help you reprogram your mind so you can make miracles manifest. Today, we are talking about the power of revision again. I want you to learn how to revise the past so you can stop blocking your manifestation. So we're going to get into it, but before we do, I just wanted to remind you all that are struggling to have your manifestation come to pass. There's two ways that you can work with me. Both of them are listed below, as well as two communities of like-minded individuals on this manifestation journey. So check all that information out below. Make sure you're subscribed and turn that notification bell. So let's talk today about the revision to keep your past from blocking what you want to manifest. So I love to think about revision as being able to rewrite things that have happened to us, either in the moment or on the spot, which I talked about yesterday in a recent video, or being able to truly go back into the past and rewrite and revision something that has happened to us. Neville Goddard talks about this a lot because he has used it or talked about stories in his books where people used it to find a new outfit, new clothing, for job opportunities. I think even for like an airplane ticket or a train ticket or rail ticket, some sort of ticket, back in the olden days where there were none or they weren't supposed to have it. And so revision is actually, in a sense, tapping into a reality that you didn't access at that point in time in the past, okay? I don't want to get too quantum theory, but there are multiple realities happening at the same time, and we are seeing the ones that we are truly focused on. That's the reality, and that's the path that we are on. I love it. It's like when I was a kid, I used to read Choose Your Adventure books, and our lives are very much like that. The story that we create in our mind, the things that we focus on, control our reality. It controls what enters our reality, and it controls how we see the things in our reality. And so I want you to keep that in mind as you are trying on this idea of revision for things that have occurred in the past. So I find that it's most helpful recently with a lot of my clients in the area of manifesting a specific person. Maybe a breakup occurred, maybe there were harsh words that were said, maybe someone ghosted you, maybe you were in a no contact situation. These are great opportunities to revise them. So I have about 4 to 5 steps that I want to basically share with you today so that we can make it easy and concrete and very, very clear. But as always, drop your questions and comments below. So the first thing that I want you to do is examine what's coming up for you. So in the area that you are manifesting, is there something that you're always continuing to think about or ruminate on? And that's very easy in the case of a manifestation of a person or a specific person. Oftentimes we are trying to go back in and wish we hadn't done something a certain way. So maybe again, using the manifestation of a person example, and maybe you had a breakup that was caused by some harsh words that were said, some maybe things that you feel bad about, or maybe even some actions that you took in that situation. So go ahead and make sure that you examine at least one of the potent things that are coming up for you. Kind of actually even feel into how it's making you feel, because we want to actually transmute all of that. I hear people just talking about the mental work. I think, again, feeling is the secret. So we want to make sure that we also tap into how that emotion or that memory is making us feel. So examine what's coming up for you. That's number 1. Number 2, really decide to address that memory. Don't sweep it under the rug, right? Don't sweep it under the rug, because it's going to keep coming back. If you're finding that you are trying to manifest someone, you've gone through this whole process of doing the visualizations, dreaming about it, getting in the state akin to sleep, doing your affirmations, all of this, and you're still stuck and it still hasn't happened, this is your clue to go back and truly address these memories and thoughts that are coming up. What is blocking you right now from thinking that you could have this relationship? Oftentimes, it was something that happened in the past. So make sure you are actually addressing the right memory or the right thing in the past. The third thing that you want to do is tell yourself a new story, right? Create a new script, a new idea, rewrite that past. That's essentially what revision is. So if you can do this, I feel like, two ways. So this is like a micro point here. Some people decide that they want to just erase what happened. So, delete, kind of like talking about what I was saying yesterday, the cancel, clear, and delete. You can go through and cancel, clear, and delete that memory and see how that works for you. The other one that I think is actually more effective, because our minds love having things to be replaced. That's why the affirmations work so well when we're trying to replace one thought with another one instead of leaving kind of a vacuum, is to actually go in and rewrite that memory or revise that memory. So if it was in the case of you saying some hurtful words to someone, them getting upset, maybe blocking you, for example, maybe the idea is to go back into that memory, see yourself speaking loving words, or, you can even see yourself, saying some words, but you guys coming to a conflict resolution, solving it beautifully, whatever works for you that makes you actually feel better. I think that's the key. Don't just rewrite something just for the sake of doing it. Rewrite something so that it makes you feel good, so that you get goosebumps, so that you feel relief at the bare minimum about this memory. You feel free from it. And then after you do that, I think that you should continue to visualize this new story, this revision, and then also make sure that you write it down. Because sometimes we don't have access in the moment when the thoughts start coming up. We forget what we even kind of revised it. We're human. We have many things going on. We have multiple thoughts coming in all the time. So take some time, script out what the revision actually was. Take that moment, you guys. This is the work. And then from that point, from that re-scripted, revised story, that's where you create your affirmations. And then continue to do the self-concept work, that you are the person that has this amazing relationship, that you are the person that deserves love, that you are the person that freely gets love, that you and your person are together. Again, re-script your relationship, recreate that relationship. I have tons of videos on manifesting your SP. I'll ping some above. But the point here is that actively examine the memory that is holding you back and keeping you from revising it, or keeping you from manifesting it and revise it. So actively examine your past and your memories to see what is holding you back, and then actively revise it. And you could do it, I said, one of a couple of ways, by actually acting like it didn't happen and deleting it, or making the conscious choice to rewrite it, and then do all the things to make sure that you are manifesting it. Make sure you check out like my framework for how I manifest. So walk it all the way through, from seeing it as the living in the end, the manifestation, the whole revision that now feels good, to living in the end, scripting, affirmations, and then maintaining that strong mental diet, watching what you're thinking. And that's why I think it's so important to have it written down somewhere, so that you can easily access your new story while you are working to imprint it into your subconscious, so it becomes your natural assumption. You know that people, when you tell yourself something all the time, you believe it. Your subconscious doesn't know if it's true or not. So you're creating the rules for your reality. You get to revise this story. You get to have your manifestation, and it gets to work out for you. And I think the last thing that I want to share, which I really think is important, is along the same lines, is it is finished. Creation is already done. It is finished. So you don't need a fancy, like, cutting cords. You don't need all of these things. You get to decide in your universe and your reality how it works for you. And the fact that you have decided to revise this story, know that the revision has been done. Your subconscious knows, and you're going to keep repeating it. It is done. It is finished. So I know that's completely helpful. It's totally helped me in my past. Let me know in the comments below how that's working out for you. Again, subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you tomorrow.